Hello my friends, today we went to the Antwerp Expo for a record fair there, and I have to say I was a little bit disappointed for I did not find any album LP there. There weren't a whole lot LPs to begin with, but all that there was I already had. So luckily for me there was another guy who was standing there regularly. Sam is his name, and he normally sells movie posters, which I have a few of them. But this time he sold me something peculiar, and it's this thing. It's the Last Will and Testament of Elvis Aaron Presley. It's something peculiar, it's not worth anything because it's a reproduction. It's 13 pages long, as you can see, all text. The last pages is after Elvis died. Because it says so, deceased, and it's signed by Charles Hodge and everything, and also by, let's see if I can find it, Elvis Aaron Presley on the 3rd of March 1977, Ginger Alden, Anne Dewey Smith, and Charles Hodge. So it's peculiar, something not really worth a lot, but something to have. And he always gives me a gift, and this time he gave me a postcard of the visitor center in Tupelo. But the special thing about it, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's signed by Janelle McComb. Signed, so I didn't have her autograph, I think. Maybe I have her, but I have her now. And then he also gave me Elvis's marriage certificate. It's not the real stuff, of course, but it's great to have. But anyway, because I didn't find an album or LPs, I thought I lately been thinking about starting a 45 collection, because I never really collected 45s. I don't know why, because I think they're beautiful, but I always like the albums more. But this time, oh, and also there was a toy fair, and I bought a nipper there. It's heavy, it's about 2 pounds, really heavy. Boing, as you can see. But anyway, I bought 3 singles. This is not the first one I bought. The first one I'm gonna show you last. This is Way Down and Pledging My Love. I think it's a French one, I'm not sure. It's an orange label, and it has some French language. It doesn't say France. It could be Canada too, but I think it's France because it says Sabam, and that's a European company. And then I have an English, The Sound of Your Cry. I always liked this album, The Greatest Hits Volume 1, and The Sound of Your Cry. And this is the English one with the blue label, as you can see. It's a blue label. And it's from England. But the first one, and there's a story behind that, the first one I bought, because I want to make it special, is Moosie Den. And there's a story about this song, about this record. In fact, it's a German silver dot. I don't know which pressing it is, because I really do not have one clue about 45s. But the reason I bought this is because, ladies and gentlemen, and you have to come with me to another corner of my Elvis room, and I'm gonna show you why this record is so important to me, and that's why I had to buy it first. So follow me for the story. Come on, let's go. So here we are on the other side of the room, and the reason why I bring you to here, to this place, is because of I want to show you something that is not really related to Elvis. It's not about Elvis, but it has everything to do with Elvis, with my being Elvis fan. This, ladies and gentlemen, was my father, and We lost him 15 years ago on November the 17th. He was sick for 2 years. He had cancer, and eventually he passed away. But this man, I owe everything to this man. This guy loved Elvis too, and he made me an Elvis fan because and it has everything to do with this record. He had this exact same record, not this one, but the exact same. And I'm gonna put him here so you can see him. So I don't have a really origin story to tell you how I became an Elvis fan. I don't really know how or why even I became an Elvis fan. It has always been a part of my life, and that's something that this guy, my father, my best friend I ever had, did. Excuse me. When I was small, when I came home from the hospital, you know, when my mother delivered me, I stepped in the car and I drove my parents home. Or was it the other way around? I think it was the other way around. And when they drove me home, and a couple of weeks or months later, when I was lying in my bed, I told this story to some of the viewers. You know who you are, Gina. And well, when I was lying in my bed and I was crying because I didn't want to go to sleep, my dad found a solution, and he thought, this song, this is the backside, this song is basically a children's song. So he thought if I play that, maybe he will shut the hell up. And so he played that song on the record player, Muzi Den, Wooden Heart. And he said it was the funniest thing. He told me that story a dozen times, maybe 100 times. And he said it was the funniest thing when you were lying in your bed and Elvis started singing, you would be silent, very, very silent, and you just looked around like this. Creepy, I know, but that's how he showed me. And he said when the music stopped, you started crying again. So he put the record back on, and he did that about 5, 6, 7, 10 times until I finally fell asleep. And I don't know this, of course, because I was too small, but that could be the origin of me being an Elvis fan. It started with that, and then of course he had a stack of records about this big. I think he had about maybe 50 records of Elvis, and the one that stood out the most, ladies and gentlemen, is because it was new at the time. I was born on August 23rd in 1972, and a few weeks before that the Madison Square Garden album came out, and he had that brand new, and he played it day and night, and that's the album that sticks out in my mind during my childhood. I broke it actually because I played it so many times there wasn't any music coming out, so I had to buy it again. And that was also the first CD I ever bought, was Madison Square Garden, because it was a memory from my past, from my childhood, and I owe all that to this guy, and that's why he he is here. He has this. It's a little bit in the back, I know, but he's the same with Elvis. He's everywhere I go. He's with me. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first real 45 that I bought, and it has a special memory for me. That's why I bought it, and that's maybe, hopefully, the start of a new collection of 45s. So I'm sorry if I bored you with the story, and I'm sorry for being a little bit emotional, but it's hard for me. I miss him a lot. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Keep Elvising.